Yo, what's up guys? Insane Game Freak here. Figured I'd just pop in, say happy holidays. Hope days are going well for you. And this video is essentially going to be me explaining where I get all my anime and DVD and manga and fucking merchandise shit from. Because a lot of you guys seem to ask me that a lot. Every time I do any type of collection or sustained industry video, you guys always are like, where did you get that One Piece hat from? Where did you get that DVD box set from? Where did you get that manga volume from? I'm going to explain the website I buy the majority of my anime shit from. It is a place called Rightstuf.com, and I'm going to explain the site, compare the site with Amazon because it's probably the other place you would get your shit from, and just do it and just kind of. It's kind of a video. So for you, for those who buy anime shit or who want to buy anime shit, this is for you. If you don't buy or you download your shit, don't worry about this video. You can just pass this video along, and for anyone, and pass the shit to your friends for those who want to understand Rightstuf. But I think that's enough of the introduction, so let's just get into it. Let's go. Okay, so Rightstuf.com. The first thing I want to say is when you go to the website, it's not spelled the way it sounds. And what I mean by that, there is one less F in the word than there should be. Like when you type it in, it's RIGHTSTUF.com. There's no, don't put two F's at the end of stuff, put one F. If you put two F's in there, you're going to get into this weird airplane site I think I've run across once or twice when I do it accidentally. So just put one F at the end of stuff. It's RIGHTSTUF.com, and I'll obviously put a link to the site down below just in case you don't remember that. But I figured out that's like the first common mistake with the site. And I bet you that site that actually is just called Rightstuf with two F's probably has an ass amount of views just because people keep misspelling Rightstuf in terms of this site. Now what this site essentially is your anime superstore. That's what I call it, anime superstore. It doesn't actually have a physical building. It's just a website that you can buy all the Rightstuf shit from, like all anime manga shit from any different company. This place has a collection of everything. You know how NIS only really doesn't do like in-store shit. They only distribute online. Rightstuf is like the other place they do it from. I believe they do it from their site. They do it from Amazon, and they do it from Rightstuf. This place has everything. If you want something from Impress, you can get it. You want something from Viz, you can get it. You want something from Funimation, you can get it. If you want the latest One Piece volume, you can get it here. If you want to get the Bakuman DVDs, you can get it here. It's shit. You can in one of the bigger pros of the site is the fact that you can get Genion and ADV titles, and titles from companies that don't exist anymore, but you still want the anime shows that they did dub. You can get it here. And they're actually pretty fucking cheap. This is one of the pros of Rightstuf. That you can get almost anything that's been released in America, in terms of anime, manga, whatever, on this site. And depending on what you're getting, it's cheap as shit. Like, I'll give you an example. Here's Hajime no Ippo, or Fighting Spirit in English. This is a Genion title. This has not been put on any type of re-release. So the single DVDs are all you can get. Luckily, though, Rightstuf actually has, well, the majority of the DVDs, which is a con I'll get into in a second, but has the majority of the DVDs. And you can get these, and I'm telling you, this is no joke. You can get these bitches for $5 piece. On that $5. And it gives you about 5 episodes for each one, which is actually pretty good. So it's like you're literally paying $1 per episode, essentially. Now, mind you, as I said, not all the DVDs are there, and it's because, if you don't know, a lot of the old school Genion or ADV titles, since they don't have a re-release, their original DVDs are hard as shit to find, and so there are some of them that are rare as fuck. And that's kind of the reason why, if you go to Rightstuf and you're looking on Fighting Spirit DVDs, you're not going to find all of them in order. You'll find like 1 through 5 and 6, and then you'll be skipping 7, and you'll find 8, but you won't find 9 and 10. And that's because they're just rare as fuck. But I will say this has a better selection than Amazon does. To give you another example, this is Rurouni Kenshin. If anyone knows, probably like a year ago, if you went on Rightstuf, you could not find Rurouni Kenshin. Mind you, because Rurouni Kenshin, this version anyway, is hard as fuck to find anyway. Like, you on Amazon, this shit goes for like almost like $100 to $200 fucking dollars. because these DVDs are fucking rare. It's rare as fuck. Rightstuf recently got these back in, and I think it has something to do with the fact that the OVA and the movie have come out this year and shit. But besides the fact, you can get these now. I believe Rightstuf is probably the best place to go if you're trying to find old school DVDs. Now, they don't do the used shit. Everything they have is new, which to me is better, because that means even if this is an old, what's this, an old Media Blasters. Is this Media Blasters? Well, it actually just says Anime Works, so we'll just go with that. It's an old Anime Works title. You can still get it for a new copy of it. And this was only $30, mind you. That's what I'm saying. Like, Rightstuf is kind of the place you go when you want to find old school DVDs. You may not find everything. I think you can find the old school Hellsing ones, and they have the old school limited edition stuff too, like how Samurai Champloo had a music CD, or Fully Cooley had a music CD, or the art boxes and the chipboards and shit. You can still get those on Rightstuf. I know other sites you would have to pay more. And that's one of the advantages of Rightstuf. So if you're that kind of buyer who wants to get like old school shit like this, Outlaw Star, fucking Cowboy Bebop and shit, you can get it. And if you want to get the limited edition stuff for some good quality shit where you don't have to spend like $400 to get a used copy, this is Rightstuf is where you go. Just as a mild side note, they also do sell some American DVDs. It seems like mainly just American cartoons, some American cartoons, and like comic book stuff. Like, you can find the Batman animated series on there. You can find Looney Tunes collections on there. You can find Teen Titans and Danny Phantom and Doug on there. It's weird that, I mean, mind you, that's not where they're majoring in, but that's, you can find some shit on there if you're the kind of person who likes old school cartoons. Now I'm going to get into the Amazon and Rightstuf comparisons and which one is better and for what reasons, depending on what kind of buyer you are. Because a lot of people, most people will tell you Amazon is better than Rightstuf, but it depends on what kind of buyer you are. The first thing I'm going to address is the pricing of the things. It kind of fluctuates depending on what you're buying and if you're pre-ordering it or not, and also depends on the shipping. Now, half the time it's even, but the reason why Amazon gets a little bit, I think, is said to be a little bit better is because of the shipping. But what people don't fail to tell you is that if you don't have Amazon Prime, it's not really better than Rightstuf in terms of pricing. Let me explain. For those who don't know, Amazon Prime is a service that you were offered at the beginning when you first get an Amazon account, which allows you to get fucking free shipping for a year. That's what makes it better than Rightstuf, because Rightstuf has shipping no matter what the fuck you do. There is a trick to Rightstuf, and I'll explain that in a second. But Amazon Prime is like one of Amazon's major selling points for people who just get on the site. And considering there's a lot of loopholes that people like to fuck with to keep Amazon Prime, that's the other thing. And you're probably wondering, well, how much is Amazon Prime when you don't use it? I mean, when you have it for over a year. Well, that's when they start charging you $70 a year for it, which is kind of a bitch, especially if you're the kind of person who doesn't buy much. If you don't buy much, the $70 Amazon Prime thing isn't really worth it. But the shipping is really the difference between those two. Amazon has that kind of pro on it, and sometimes the shit is cheaper. The thing is that if you don't have Amazon Prime and you're trying to get stuff from Amazon, the shipping will backlash you enough to where Rightstuf ends up being better. That's just me. Especially if you're the kind of person who doesn't buy much. If you don't buy much, there's no reason. You can kind of go either way. If you're the kind of person who buys a lot, Amazon Prime, if you don't have Amazon Prime, that's going to be a bitch. That's just saying. But also, if you buy a lot, then you have the $70 that'll work out. Now, Rightstuf's shipping system is really based on, you know, how fast, but how many items are in your cart. Depends on how much the shipping is. Now, to me personally, the shipping prices for Rightstuf are more dickish than Amazon's, because Rightstuf's prices fluctuate so ridiculously that you can end up spending $12 for slow shipping because you bought 2 DVDs or some shit. That's what pisses me off. And I think if you live in Iowa, you don't have to worry as much, because I think Rightstuf is based in Iowa, so I think your guys' shipping isn't as bad. I don't know why, of all states you could be based in, why Iowa, but wherever the fuck. And also Rightstuf is only, I think, only towards Canada and the United States. So anyone who isn't within those 2 states, countries, just disregard this video. Unless you're planning to move to Canada or the United States and you want to buy anime and whatnot. But your shipping's kind of dickish with Rightstuf. I'll admit that. But I'm the kind of person who pre-orders a lot of shit. And that's where the trick in the pro of Rightstuf comes in. One of the major pros of Rightstuf is because it's like the anime superstore. They get a lot of the pre-order shit first, which means if you pre-ordered it, you get your shit first. And I'll give you 2 examples right the fuck now. Dragon Ball Z level 1.1. I got this bitch like 2 fucking weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before it actually comes out. Sekirei, as of me recording this video, this shit isn't even available yet. I got this shit a week ago. This shit doesn't come out for like another week and a half. That's one of the major pros of Rightstuf. You get a lot of pre-order shit early. Especially if you are the kind of person who pre-orders a lot of shit. Like, if you're the kind of anime fan who likes to keep up with the newest anime releases and buys shit a lot, Rightstuf, I think, is better in terms of pre-orders. There's also a trick that you can use that's really awesome, and I'll explain that right now. Okay, so you know Amazon has Amazon Prime. Rightstuf has something called Got Anime Club. Essentially, it's like your little 10% off bullshit card that you can use on the majority of shit there. Like, let's say something's like $5, you can take 10% off of that, which I believe is 50 cents. It's kind of like that cheap-ass thing. And it works for majority of the things, except for anything, I believe, that's old as shit or bargain bin stuff. And old as shit and bargain bin are essentially the same thing on some level. Like, the bargain bin shit's so goddamn cheap, you don't really need 10% off of it anyway. And the old as ass shit is just because, I believe it's just because it's old as shit. But the Got Anime thing is like $12 a year. A year you can do this with anything you buy. Now the trick is to have that and to do the $50 free shipping bullshit. Free pre-order shipping bullshit. What that is, that Rightstuf has kind of a gimmick for it. If you buy anything and your total comes up over $50, when you go to the slowest shipping, it becomes free because you spent $50 on one thing, or you know your cart ended up to be $50. Do that with pre-order shit. That is one of the best things you can do. Considering Rightstuf has this thing where you're more likely to get pre-order shit early. Mind you, it doesn't work all the goddamn time, but the majority of the time it does work, especially if it's with the bigger companies. Like if you're a huge fan of like Funimation or Viz, this works insanely well. But if you're like fucking with Media Blasters or Media Blasters or Sentai, not as much. But the whole pre-order thing works is that you pre-order, and they don't take the money out of your shit as soon as you pre-order it. They take the money out of your shit when you ship it. Which also goes into another thing in terms of payment. You can only really use credit cards or your debit card or bank cards and shit. This thing doesn't, Rightstuf used to take PayPal apparently at one point. When I got on the site, they were already stopped taking PayPal, but if you want to use PayPal, they don't take PayPal anymore. You gotta use bank cards and whatnot. But they don't take the money out of your bank card until the item ships, or the item is about to ship. That's one of the advantages to Rightstuf. You do this pre-order trick where you pre-order some shit and let the shit equal up to $50. And you get the shit early, and it's a cheap price. That's how I glitch out the annoying ass shipping problem that Rightstuf has. But then again, I'm the kind of guy who pre-orders a lot of shit. If you're just trying to buy things straight off, that may not be for you. You may want to fuck with Amazon. That's just my whole opinion. It depends on what kind of buyer you are. If you're a buyer of old school shit, and the $50 thing still works anyway. Like if you want to get Cowboy Bebop, Fooly Cooly, and Samurai Champloo, let's say it goes up like $50, $60. The free shipping glitch still works. The free shipping thing still works. As long as your shit is over $50. I think you buy like maybe, 10 manga volumes. 10 or 8. Like 8 to 10 manga volumes and the free shipping it works. It's not like buy. It's also the fact that Rightstuf also has blind boxes, which are essentially like you spend $5, $10, or $25 depending on because they have different price blind boxes, and you can get like wherever the fuck is in the box. Which is fun if you're the kind of guy who wants to like just do random shit. Like if you don't really have anything you really want to watch, but you do want to watch something. There's that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to address in terms of Rightstuf coolness? Oh! The other reason why I think it's better than Amazon is because since Rightstuf is mainly an anime only kind of store with like its few American DVDs and shit, they have a shitload of sales half the time. Their sales always range from different things. And it's Christmas time, mind you. I think the main Christmas sale is over now as I'm recording this. But just know during Christmas time is like when their sales are fucking ridiculous. Like, they have this whole 12 days of anime thing where they essentially have like all these like 6 or 7 different deals a day. And it's like for 12 to 13 days. And it's just ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous. On top of the bundles, and on top of how each company seems to have their own particular sale. Like some days you'll go up there, there'll be a Funimation sale. Other days it's a Viz sale. Other days it's a Sentai sale. Other days it's an NIS sale. Other days it's a Media Blaster sale. Because it's mainly anime, almost every sale you get will always be either towards a company or towards manga volumes or certain DVDs. And you got coupon codes and everything. It's sitting like a little monthly magazine with coupons in the back and shit. Mind you, if you're on the site, I don't really see the point of the magazine, but people like it, so what the fuck. You know, you can also buy merchandise, so that's one of my things I really enjoy. Like, Amazon has its deals for anime. But which is better? A website that's geared towards everything and occasionally, like once every like 8 months, has an anime sale, or a store that's specifically for anime and manga material and has like a sale like every fucking week, every week or every 2 weeks. That's just me. But as I said, it depends on what kind of buyer you are. If you're the kind of person who doesn't buy much, you can really go in between either one, Amazon or Rightstuf. But if you're the kind of person who likes to pre-order a lot of shit, I go for Rightstuf. Because Amazon is cool. Amazon has like that $1 or like $2 difference. But if you don't have Amazon Prime, the shipping will fuck you over anyway. And if you're buying a lot of shit, you need to get Amazon Prime, honestly. Like as I said, the prices for the most part fluctuate. And you get more pre-order shit on Rightstuf. Like Rightstuf gets they open up pre-orders earlier, and the fact that you can get shipping earlier. Amazon is known for shipping earlier too, but it's not like 2 or 3 weeks ahead. It's usually like a few days off. So that's just my whole thing. And the customer service is actually pretty cool. So for anyone who wants to know, like I've called Rightstuf and I've called Amazon. I think they're both straight really fucking good. Amazon will replace your shit like within a day, and Rightstuf won't charge you for replacing DVDs. Rightstuf I think is a little worse, mainly because the issues I've had with Rightstuf is more along the lines of just like DVDs being scratched. But they give you such a fucking layback. You literally have like 3 or 4 fucking months to return shit. Or to tell them there's a problem. Like, I'll give you an example. I had a problem with Squirt Girl, Season 1, Part 1. The discs were scratched, and I just got it new. And they were like, fuck. So I was like, well, why don't you just send it back to us? You send it back to us, and we'll give you a brand new fucking case. Or the problem I had with the Naruto case where the case was fucked up. The DVDs were fine, but the case was fucked up. They sent me a new goddamn DVD case. Like, I think Rightstuf takes longer, but they're both good in terms of customer service. That's how I view it. And the example for Amazon is that I thought I had lost the Batman shipment didn't come in. So the next fucking day after I called, I got a Batman replacement for it. And we didn't know how that worked out. I found out that my neighbor accidentally got it and they brought it to my house. So you guys got that giveaway, but that's besides the point. So it just really depends on what kind of buyer you are. That's the site I use. It's actually really enjoyable to use, and you know, if you're the kind of person who wants to start buying anime and manga or some shit like that, Rightstuf will work for you. It just depends. Try it out yourselves and give me your thoughts. So for those who want to know, and for those who keep asking where to buy all anime and manga shit, if you have friends who want to use this shit, share it. You know, this is kind of an informational video. But that's about it for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As I said, share with people who want to know. And life's a game, play to win. And keep on buying, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Links in the description. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.